Hello, longboarding mom. I am so indecisive today. I want to do something, bake something. Today is my mom's heavenly birthday. Today would have been her 63rd birthday. She died very young. Um, she was 42 years old, 43. Oh gosh, I'm horrible. It's been 20 years. 20 long years since I've got to hug my mom, call my mom, ask questions of my mom. It's hard. October is a hard month because she passed away this month as well. But so I was going to make brownies today, and I was going to do pecan pie brownies, but the recipes I kept finding were use a box brownie, and I don't have any box brownies. Um, and I was gonna make homemade brownie mix, but I'm kind of a little lazy. And so, I might still make these next week because they sound so good. But what I'm gonna do today is we're gonna make my jalapeno cheese bread, and I have made this once before. Um, I made it like big loaves of bread, and you just kind of cut, or I like sometimes just like grab a chunk of bread and stuff and eat it, and it's just cheese and jalapenos, and you can make sandwiches and stuff out of it. But when it's this big or round, it's hard to make a sandwich. You can cut it into pieces and make kind of, I guess, pizza shaped sandwiches. That's what I used to do um, when I worked at the bakery. So I would buy a whole loaf, a big one, to myself, and I cut it into pieces. Like I get four sandwiches out of it, and you cut it in half. And I go over to the deli department and buy um uh my cheese and my deli meat and stuff. And they had mayonnaise and mustard. I didn't like mustard then, so I never put mustard on it. But my mayonnaise packets and stuff, and I'd ask them for one slice of lettuce, and that would be my or tomato or whatever, and that would be my sandwich at work for the day. And so I found this recipe in my Betty Crocker cookbook. It's focaccia bread, and you can make focaccia bread, which is a flat bread, kind of like pizza. You put little dents in it. It's not little holes. You just dent it in and stuff, and it's got rosemary and thyme and olive oil and seasoning and stuff, and you just kind of, I don't know, you like dip that in oils and stuff like uh or your hummus, stuff like that. But I never made focaccia bread. What I like is like that you could put onion, like uh I guess just onion slices on it, or different, you could decorate it up really pretty and stuff like that. I've never done that either. I've always turned it into jalapeno cheese bread. So the other day I was wanting to make jalapeno cheese bread. I've been wanting to make something for work to take to work and stuff, and so I was like, my boss had made this really good sandwich the other day. He's been buying these breads from a bakery in Eugene and stuff, and I was like drooling on that sandwich, and so I was like, I'm gonna make some little mini loaves of jalapeno cheese bread, and so I did. I didn't have regular jalapenos. I had my cowboy candy. I was like, oh, that'll work. It didn't work. It was too sweet, and I like my cowboy candy, but I don't like it in my jalapeno cheese bread. That's supposed to be spicy, and it was sweet and it's sugary, the cowboy candy, and so it burned. So I burned the bottoms and stuff, but it was not burned. It was like a darker, like I caught it in time and stuff, and it was okay. I ate it because I didn't want to waste it. But so my husband was like, he ate one. He's like, these are really good, but they'd be better. I was like, I know, with regular jalapenos, right? So we go to the store, and I had to get more flour because I was out, and jalapenos, and I made 8 more, and I almost burned those ones too. I had the rack down too low. So learning my new oven and stuff, so I got to bring the rack up. So I made The following week, I made 16 more. Um, so that's 2 batches of bread. I'm only going to make 1 batch of bread today because we only need 8. My husband, there's like 2 left in the refrigerator, and he's like, they're not bad. I'm like, okay, you can have them. They're only like a week old or something like that, but I'm really picky on, he's like, you're not going to do very good in SHTF, are you? I was like, well, actually, I will because I'll eat what I have. But, when I've got choices, I will make it fresh again. So let's get started. This is actually a really easy recipe. And the first time I made it, like I said, I followed the recipe. Um, and and I had my recipe book in front of me. The next time I made it when I got home, which was only like a couple hours later, I remade it and I didn't even have to pull my book out. But I did because I like it for moral support. So I do have the recipe in front of me because it's been over a week and I've got all my ingredients in front of me, but I can't remember exactly the measurements. So we will get this started in a second. I've got to heat up some water. I've got my bowl. This is to put my dough in to proof it. I'm going to grease this. I'm going to grease my cookie sheet over there and get those all ready to go and find my bowl for my mixer. I'll be right back. Okay, most recipes when you are like working with yeast and stuff, you put your yeast in the water and let it sit for about 5 minutes. And I've learned to add sugar and let it sit, and the sugars help the yeast start to activate, I guess, the warm water and stuff. But this recipe calls for a little different approach to it. So we are going to do 1 cup of flour in the bowl. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. We are going to add some salt to that, 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to mix it around first. The first time I did this recipe, I did it way wrong. I do it wrong every time. Let me tell you, I do it wrong every time. Anyway, so I've always heard like the yeast and salt don't like each other. Sugar and yeast, yes. So I try to mix it around in the flour and stuff, and then I'm going to add the yeast to it. So I buy mine in bulk. I don't buy the little packages. So it's 2 1/4 teaspoons. I'm almost out of this container here. I've used a lot of yeast lately. My uncle used to put it down his drain, and he had a septic tank, and he said it helped. I'm not sure, eat the stuff in there. I don't know if it actually worked. I don't know. Okay, so we've got that, and I'm going to mix it around again. I don't like this mixing bowl. I'm telling you, it's got that little dent in the bottom. It's weird. Okay, so I've already warmed up my water. I'm hoping it's not too warm. I'm going to add some oil to it. I need to add 3 tablespoons. You can do olive oil or vegetable oil. For this, I like to use vegetable oil because I don't want to taste the olive oil. But if you're doing the focaccia bread or the, what is it, that onion, like the onions and all the vegetables and stuff on top of the bread, you can use the olive oil because that gives it a different flavor. So anyway, we're going to add the oil to the water. We're going to beat with an electric mixer on medium speed for 3 minutes, scraping the bowl frequently. We're going to stir in enough remaining flour until dough is soft and leaves sides of the bowl. So we need 2.5 to 3 cups of flour. And the last time I was sifting my flour. So let's see how this goes. I got this new container here. And it's got the little level thingy. So you just like scrape it off. This is 1/2 cup measuring cup. I'm going to add one more because my mixing bowl is really, it's not deep enough to catch the hook and stuff. I'm going to add one more 1/2 cup for now. We are going to add our water and turn it on medium. I'm just going to mix it around a little bit to get that water mixed around, and then we'll turn it on. Let's hope it works. I'm telling you, this mixer is so weird. I would pull down the other one, but I can't reach it. I'm not tall enough. Oh, oops. I'm not plugged it in yet. Okay, well, let's put this down. Plug us in. Set my timer for 3 minutes. Start. And turn it on. Look at that. It doesn't even get the bottom. But I said, let's just mix it around with the, I'm gonna mix it around with your spatula. Really, when I do a double batch, it actually works a little better. But then the dough gets all the way up into here because it's too much dough. So my other bowl is so much thicker or deeper. Look at that. It's not even hitting anything. So we've got 1.5 cups. I'm gonna add another cup. Now we got 2 cups of flour. Still, but just dusting the top of it. So I'm gonna. That's why it's just so weird. It's just a weird. This one's a weird one. A weird one. See, it's all kind of too much flour, but it's not. I just gotta get it. I just gotta get that dough hook to touch it. And let's see if it will touch it. There we go. See what I've been dealing with? No, I haven't been doing cooking videos because I have been just trying to deal with life, I guess. And my new kitty. We tried taking my new kitty to the beach. Oh my gosh. Tried taking Wolfsburg to the beach. That was hilarious. He did not like it. I'm trying to edit that video. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, my timer went off. I added a little bit, 1/4 cup, probably more flour. So normally you would take it out and start to like knead it. I gotta take my rings off. And it's funny because sometimes I will knead it in here. Let's see how it goes. How sticky it is. Give it a couple more minutes. See, that's really sticky. So we're going to let it go a little bit longer in here. Add some more flour to it. Not a lot. It's still sticking to the bottom. You can see it's still sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. That is 2.5 cups. Once it starts, like, it's not too sticky on the bottom, and I can, like, literally pick it up without it sticking to my hands, I can pull it out and start kneading it. You see, it's kind of sticking still, but it's not too sticky. So what we're going to do, I got it sticky, sticky kind of, but we're gonna do a little flour here, pull this out. And I'm gonna set my timer on 8 minutes. And we are just gonna kind of, this sucks. Knead it. And really, it's kind of been already kneaded with that big mixer because it's a pretty strong mixer, so it's really soft and springy and stuff, but it's still kind of wet, so we want to keep adding some flour to it. But this is what my boss was like when he had some. And the second batch, I'm telling you, I almost burned those too because I had them too low, but I saved them. And I took them to work. I took 8 of them to work. I figured we would make really good sandwiches out of them. And he took them, made himself a breakfast sandwich out of it right away, and threw them in the back and kind of hid them. I was like, "Hey guys, there's," and he's like, everyone's like, I don't see any bread back there." I'm like, "Hey, where is it at?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." My boss said, "I don't know." And the next day I'm like, "Are you sharing?" He's like, "I'm not sharing with anybody." And so then the next day, my other boss, she gave one to one of the cooks. I was like, "Okay, that's not fair. If he gets one, everybody gets one." So I was like, "They're over there. They've been there the whole time. Go grab one." So I don't know if everybody got one, but I came into work one morning and my boss was making another sandwich and he's all, "Look how soft this bread is. It's so good." So anyway, we are going to put this in my, it hasn't been 8 minutes, only been a couple minutes, but look how pliable look. So when you can dent it, it's kind of sticky still, but that's okay. I'm going to put it in my bowl over there. I kind of put it in my bowl. It might still stick. I kind of rub it around in the oil a little bit. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and put it in my oven. And I kind of preheated my oven a little bit to warm it up because my house is a little cold. I refuse to turn on the heater just yet. It's going to be like 79 degrees again today. Um, so I don't want to warm my house up to try to cool it back down. So I'm going to keep it cool, and I haven't used my heater yet, and it's October 8th. So I'm going to put this in 30 minutes. I'm going to grate a cup of cheese, drain my jalapenos, kind of dry them a little bit, and then in a half an hour we'll pull it out, mix everything back together, make little loaves. I'll show you guys all that process in a bit. It's been 30 minutes. The dough does not double in size in 30 minutes, and you don't want it to double in size, but you're gonna punch it down. We are going to sit it right there on top of that. I'm going to add my 1 cup of cheese and jalapenos. I'm kind of spread it around a little bit. And this is the fun part. You can use gloves if you want because you are touching jalapenos. They are spicy. I bought the nacho jalapeno slices. You can buy whole jalapenos. You can buy little sliced jalapenos and just cut them up if you want, because basically what you're going to do is just kind of cut this into the dough. And if your jalapenos are too wet, it makes your dough too wet. I did that one day, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't make it too wet, but it makes it a little slimy filling. So yeah, you can cut your jalapenos up smaller with your little chopper here. You know, get that cheese and everything kind of mixed in together. Kind of pick it all up as it goes, because you know it drops the jalapenos, so you just kind of slide it back in. That's why you want to wear gloves if you have little cuts on your fingers or something from your kitty cat. He is so rowdy sometimes. He just attacks and bites before you know it and slices you up with his sharp little claws. So I told you guys I took him to the beach. Got some video of that. Not very happy. He did not like it. It's too loud, too windy. I think the place that I took him to was not the best beach. We'll try again another time, and you guys will get some video of that. I've got video and pictures I'm trying to edit from August. It'll be August, September together. Okay, so we pretty much got this all, you know, one big ball. So normally you would cut this in half and kind of like make a ball, but we are going to make 8 tiny little sandwiches. So I try to make it as even as you can. Cut it in half. You're going to cut it in half again. And then you're going to cut it in half again. And then you've got 4. Make sure your jalapenos stay in. I mean, they can be on top. You don't want them all in one spot though. So you can kind of mix them around a little bit and just kind of set it there. There's one. So a couple of days ago, I tried finding a pumpkin patch. I failed. I found I don't know what you would call it, a little store. It wasn't even really a store. It was just weird. I'm so used to like Salvi's Island, or it's a huge market. You got a market, you've got the pumpkin patch, they've got the apples, for all kinds of all kinds of stuff, you know, activities and stuff to do and everything. Even when we lived out in Sandy, we went out to the pumpkin patch and they had a hay ride, a corn maze, you know, just all kinds of cool stuff. And the two that I found, one we didn't go to because I was like, you don't even get to go out to the pumpkin patch, you know, and apparently you get to I'm not sure, hayride or something. I should have read the website a little better, but I was driving, and then I was not driving. We were stuck at a train. And then the other one we went to was by the highway, and it was so loud and scary and stuff, so the kitty cat did not like it. So I think I'm just going to go buy some pumpkins and try to make my own little pumpkin scene and get some photos and stuff with them. I know, I'm the crazy cat lady. Okay, here is my little dough balls. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to cover it, loosely cover it with some more saran wrap and put it back in the oven and let it rise again for another 30 minutes. And I'll show you guys what it looks like before I turn the oven on and stuff. So I can flatten them out a little bit so they cook, you know, in the center better. That one seems like it has a lot of... Which one doesn't have enough? They all have a lot, don't they? Anyway, I'm going to get this covered up and I'll be back in a second. Has been 20 minutes. I'm going to take this out of the oven because I need to turn it on to 400 degrees and get it preheated. So this is what my little loaves look like right now. They're still going to rise for another 10 more minutes. Perfect sandwich size. So we're going to turn it up to 400. Let it preheat. Make sure my rack is in the middle. We're going to try that this time and hopefully it cooks right, bakes right. We are preheated. I'm going to carefully take the plastic off my bread. Like, looks like my shower. Ah! Okay, so this is my little loaves here. Not so little. We are going to put them in the oven for 10 minutes, and my little timer will go off in 5 minutes. I'm going to give them a few minutes and check them. I'm having issues with them not browning fully on top. Like the bottoms get done, they're done inside, but the tops don't get the golden brown. So sometimes I turn my broil on top and let it brown on top. I don't know why my bread does that. And I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong. But anyway, let's put this in the oven 10 minutes. It's 10 to 15 minutes. Actually, it says, gosh, 15 to 20 minutes. But I've been doing 10 minutes and it's been pretty good. So let's try 10 minutes. Those are kind of big. Those are kind of big. I could have separated them. They probably would cook better. Bake better. I'm not cooking. I'm baking. Okay, 10 minutes. Timer set. It's been 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Let me turn on that light so you guys can see that. They are huge compared to last time. Let's hope. Yeah. They seem to be baking pretty good. I had to change my towel. The other one looked dirty. It wasn't dirty, but it looked dirty and I didn't like it. Okay, so 5 more minutes and we might have to turn the broil on and make the top. We'll see. It's been 10 minutes. They are not. All right. Oh, golden brown on one side. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn it around this way. Put it more in the center there. And give it a couple more minutes. Let's give it 3 more minutes. The bottoms are just getting brown, so that's good. I'm going to one of my cooling racks. And in 3 minutes, we'll hopefully have some good bread. It smells so good in here. Oh, yum. Look at those beautiful. Okay, I found my sweet happy spot. Let me. Oh, perfect. Oh, look at that. Okay, so these are going to brown up just a little bit more. I'm going to pick that up and show you the bottom. Oh, they're perfect. We are going to let these cool. I will come back for lunch and show you guys what kind of sandwich we can make out of these.